Moving to Slovakia changed me, and for a few years I felt guilty about it. Nobody told me I changed, nobody called me out. The guilt was entirely my own. It was this quiet feeling I had in the back of my head. So I'm going to tell you exactly what that guilt looked like, because I don't think this is something that many people talk about, and I'm pretty certain I'm not the only one who's been carrying something similar silently. So the first one, and the one that, while sounds almost ridiculous to be guilty about, was the guilt of just loving it here. Because that's where the change starts. Not with some big identity crisis. It starts with being happy somewhere you never expected to be. So I remember maybe 6 months in, and I was walking around Old Town and just thinking, wow, I live here. And I felt this incredible feeling for a few seconds of, this is insane. I live here. Like, what the hell? And then I had this slight voice or little bit of guilt in the back of my head that's thinking, should you be happy here? And I think by extension of why I felt guilty is because I'm seeing what's going on in the UK. I'm seeing people struggle with the cost of living, the work-life balance, and everything that's going on in the UK. And I'm thinking, thank God I've escaped that. But then that immediately makes me feel guilty because I have friends and family who are still there and still dealing with certain issues there. And here's the thing, when I left, I expected to miss the UK more than I did. I mean, I did miss home. I did miss my family. I did miss my friends. But overall, I didn't really miss the UK like I thought I might have. And when I realized that, it almost felt like part of me was betraying myself or betraying my home. But being happy here when you've left people behind is a guilt I could deal with. But it was the guilt of becoming someone different that really unsettled me. When you go back to visit, you almost feel like you're trying to perform or be someone you're not. I mean, for instance, when I've recently been visiting and going back to the UK, I found myself on occasion going back to old habits or going back to my old self, if you will, and kind of found myself falling into old patterns and old social dynamics. And the thing is, I thought that this would make me feel more honest and more authentic and have everyone around me feel comfortable. But the thing is, I don't know if they noticed anything, but for me, it just didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I was being true to myself. I felt like I was being true to someone who I was, but not who I am now. And I think the biggest thing with this is the guilt doesn't come from changing. It's that this assumption of staying the same is more honest. It's more loyal to the people around you. But the truth is, it's not more honest. It's not more loyal, because you're being dishonest to yourself. I didn't like that. I didn't like that about myself, that I still have it in me to almost revert backwards to a previous self. And I found being around certain people made me even revert back to older versions than this. It's almost me reverting back to my early 20s, so over 10 years ago now. And that's scary, because that's not who we are in our daily life. And that's the thing, when you leave a country, you leave a version of yourself. But that version doesn't always stay gone. And so that poses you a question. If I can slip so easily back into the old me, did I really change? Or am I performing here too? And the thing is, until you find your place in Slovakia, you're not feeling fully British, but you're definitely not Slovak either. And until you feel like you belong in your new country, this state is difficult to manage. You feel stuck in this strange limbo state. So, where does that leave me now? Some days guilt does show up, but it's definitely far less frequent and not as impactful as it was when I first moved. Being happy in the place that you've moved to isn't a betrayal. It's the whole point of making the move. You're in search of a better life, one that makes you feel fulfilled. And so the thing is, after reflecting on my recent visits back to the UK, I realized I'm done feeling guilty about being who I am today, because ultimately I am happy with the person I am today. And the truth is, the old me, the person before I moved abroad, he did the best of what he could with the experiences and the knowledge he had. And same with me today. And the truth is, when you move abroad, you are going to change. You're not going to truly be the exact same person you were, because moving abroad forces you to live with certain aspects of yourself that maybe you hadn't had to before. And it forces you to acclimatize and get better with that. And with all these experiences, it truly does change you. And it makes you look at the world differently. So you cannot be the same person you were before. And I think that can be quite hard to understand and to get to grips with, because when you move abroad, you think, yeah, I'm leaving, but things will stay the same. Some things will stay the same. You think, I'm still the same person. And yes, whilst you are still you, you're not going to look at things in the same way you had before, because you've now got different perspective. You've now got see things through a different lens as you did before. So I realized I'm really happy with the person I am today. I'm happy with the growth that I've made. And the thing is, I wouldn't change anything. I'm so pleased that I made the decision to move abroad and the person that has made me today. And so I'm done feeling guilty about the fact that I've changed. And I now want to be stronger when it comes to going back to the UK and visiting. I want to stay being me. I don't want to slip into old dynamics. But I know that's probably going to be quite hard, and it's not going to change overnight, because sometimes when we have certain people around us or whatever, it just makes us go into old habits, old social dynamics. It makes us revert back to an older version of ourselves. But I want to know, have you left your hometown? Have you moved abroad? And have you noticed when you've gone back to visit family, or you've gone back to live, that you're not the same person you were? The social dynamics are different. And have you found yourself trying to perform and trying to be the old version of yourself? I'd love to hear your stories and your experiences, because I think this is a topic that's been really interesting for me to think about and to discuss. And I'd love to hear of your stories as well. So please let me know down below your experiences. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos similar to this. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.